The village of Luminara. Luminara was a small village nestled between rolling hills. The villagers were kind and hardworking. Life was simple in Luminara. The days were filled with work and laughter, but the nights were long and dark. The villagers relied on candles and oil lamps for light. This made it hard to read or work after sunset.
Elara and the Curious Object. Elara was a curious girl who lived in Luminara. This village was nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, a place where every corner held a new mystery waiting to be uncovered. Elara's curiosity was insatiable, and she was known throughout the village for her endless questions and boundless energy. She loved to explore the world around her. She asked lots of questions. She dreamed of a brighter future for her village. Every day after school, Elara would venture into the woods, her trusty notebook in hand, jotting down observations about plants, insects, and anything else that caught her eye. Her dream was to become a scientist and use her knowledge to help her village thrive. One day, Elara was exploring her grandfather's attic. The attic was a treasure trove of forgotten memories, filled with old books, photographs, and trinkets from a bygone era. As she sifted through the dust-covered items, she stumbled upon a strange object hidden in a dusty chest. The chest was old and creaky, and it seemed like it hadn't been opened in years. It was a U-shaped piece of metal. It felt strangely heavy in her hand. Elara turned it over, examining it from every angle. She had never seen anything like it before. The metal was cold to the touch, and it seemed to hum with a faint energy. She wondered what it could be and what purpose it served. This was a horseshoe magnet, but Elara didn't know that yet. She decided to take it to her grandfather, who was a retired engineer. He had always encouraged her curiosity and had a knack for explaining complex concepts in a way that made sense to her. Elara hoped he could shed some light on this mysterious object. Her grandfather smiled when he saw the magnet. He explained that it was a tool used to attract metal objects and demonstrated its power by picking up a handful of nails with it. Elara was fascinated. She had learned about magnets in school, but seeing one in action was a different experience altogether. Elara spent the rest of the day experimenting with the magnet. She discovered that it could pick up not only nails, but also paper clips, coins, and even some small toys. She was amazed at how something so simple could have such a powerful effect. This discovery sparked a new wave of curiosity in her, and she began to think about all the other hidden wonders waiting to be found in her grandfather's attic. That night, Elara wrote in her notebook about her discovery. She made detailed sketches of the magnet and listed all the objects it could attract. She also wrote down questions she wanted to explore further, such as how magnets worked and what other types of magnets existed. Her mind was buzzing with excitement, and she couldn't wait to learn more. As she gazed out of her bedroom window at the starry night sky, Elara felt a sense of wonder and possibility. She knew that her journey of discovery was just beginning, and she was eager to see where her curiosity would take her next. The world was full of mysteries, and Elara was determined to uncover them one by one. A force unseen. Elara couldn't shake off the mystery of the strange object. She noticed it attracted certain metals. It also seemed to push away other magnets. One day, while experimenting with a metal wire and the horseshoe, Elara felt a spark. This spark ignited her imagination. It also sparked an idea. Could she somehow use this unseen force to create light? Whispers and Wonder. In the heart of a quaint village where the whispers of the wind carried tales of old, there lived a young inventor named Elara. Elara's experiments became the talk of the village. Her curiosity and relentless pursuit of knowledge were both admired and questioned by the villagers. At first, people were skeptical. They whispered among themselves, doubting her abilities and the feasibility of her ideas. But Elara was determined. She continued to tinker and toil, driven by the spark of discovery. Her days were filled with experiments, and her nights were spent pondering over blueprints and theories. Her tiny workshop buzzed with activity. Tools clinked, gears turned, and the air was thick with the scent of metal and oil. It was a place of endless possibilities. Night after night, she worked tirelessly. The village would sleep, but Elara's workshop remained a beacon of light and hope. She was driven by a vision that only she could see. One evening, a soft glow emanated from her window. The villagers, curious and intrigued, gathered outside her home. Elara had done it. She had created a light powered by her magnets and wires. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to her perseverance and ingenuity. The village, once filled with doubt, now looked at Elara with newfound respect and admiration. Her light was not just a beacon in the night, but a symbol of what one could achieve with determination and wonder.
News of Elara's invention traveled beyond Luminara. The whispers of her groundbreaking work in electromagnetism reached far and wide, capturing the imagination of many. People in distant lands were intrigued by the young prodigy who had managed to unlock secrets that had eluded even the most seasoned scientists. Her name became synonymous with innovation and brilliance, and her story was shared in hushed tones and excited conversations. One day, a kind old man arrived in the village. He was not just any visitor. His presence carried an air of wisdom and experience. The villagers watched curiously as he made his way through the cobblestone streets, his eyes twinkling with a sense of purpose. He carried with him a suitcase filled with mysterious instruments and books, hinting at his scholarly pursuits. His name was Professor Arik, and he was a scientist of great repute. Known for his contributions to various fields of study, Professor Arik had spent decades unraveling the mysteries of the natural world. His laboratory was a place of wonder, filled with contraptions and devices that seemed almost magical to the untrained eye. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge, always seeking to understand the underlying principles that governed the universe.
I have heard tales of Elara's genius, and I am eager to meet the young inventor who has unlocked the secrets of electromagnetism. Her achievements have reached my ears, and I am filled with admiration for her intellect and creativity. It is not often that one encounters such a brilliant mind, and I'm keen to learn from her insights and discoveries. I believe that our meeting will be mutually beneficial as we exchange ideas and push the boundaries of what is possible. I believe I can learn from her too. In my years of study, I have come to understand that knowledge is a two-way street. No matter how much one knows, there is always something new to learn from others. Elara's fresh perspective and innovative approach to electromagnetism could provide me with new insights and inspire my own work. I'm excited about the possibilities that our collaboration could bring.
Professor Arik knew he could learn from her too. As he settled into the village, he felt a sense of anticipation and excitement. The prospect of meeting Elara and witnessing her genius firsthand filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. He looked forward to the days ahead, knowing that this encounter would mark the beginning of a new chapter in his lifelong quest for knowledge. The village of Luminara was about to become the epicenter of a remarkable collaboration between two brilliant minds. Professor Arik became Elara's mentor. He taught her about electricity and magnetism.
Elara, let me explain the science behind your discovery.
And I will share my practical knowledge with you, Professor.
Together, they embarked on a journey of shared learning. They believed they could bring light to the entire village. With Professor Arik's guidance, Elara built a larger, more powerful version of her invention. They called it the Luminara generator.
This generator uses the power of electromagnetism to create a steady flow of electricity.
It's a marvel of ingenuity.
The villagers watched in awe as the generator sputtered to life. The village was blessed with a flowing river.
Professor Arik and I decided to harness the power of the river.
We designed a large water wheel. The water wheel's rotation would power the generator, creating a continuous flow of electricity.
The sound of the water wheel became a lullaby to the village. With the water wheel in place, Luminara was transformed. Electric lights illuminated homes and streets. Children could now read at night. Families gathered under the warm glow of electric lamps. The village was alive with activity even after sunset. Elara's invention had brought light and life to Luminara. Elara's story spread far and wide. She became a symbol of innovation and determination. She proved that anyone, even a young girl from a small village, could change the world. But most importantly, Elara's invention ignited a passion for knowledge in Luminara. The villagers, inspired by Elara, embraced learning and exploration.